Hey, greetings, everybody. Greetings. Welcome to another episode of CodeRushed. This is episode 29. Roy, we're one episode away from 30.
From 30, absolutely. Good.
It's not bad.
Who'd know that we'd still be running at this point and people would still be watching and listening? This is great.
Yeah, we should have, by all accounts, been shut down by all the government authorities by this time. But we have not been. We're working on some cool stuff. I want to say thanks to Brendan and Rick from being here from Dev Chatter, the Dev Chatter stream. He helped us out while Roy was gone on Monday, and we got Signal R working. And with that, I've just checked in some new source code, which I'll bring up here on screen here in a second. Let's do that. Boom. There's some source code right there. Episode 29 begin. If you'll notice in the bottom right, we've got some coins.
Coins.
Over there. And
they're shiny.
They're shiny coins. And that means that we've actually got our overlay up and running and working. Right? This is our JavaScript overlay that's got these cool little coins here. And, whoa, somebody just did a launch. Look at that. And they figured out the launch. There's the launch. You have launched the spaceship. To move it right, you can give it a command, right. There we go. Sex Positive says, you are so hot. It is true, Sex Positive, but don't get me in trouble with my wife. Unless, in fact, you are my wife, in which case I guess you could get me in trouble, but maybe not so much right now. By the way, Will, you can give right a number, such as a number of seconds you want it to burn. You can give any of the commands. Yeah, there's Sex Positive, clearly identifying herself. Thank you. You can give it a command, and your amount of time that you get is you get up to 5 seconds for a burn.
Okay.
Is what I did. So you got a burn or a kill of the engines, and you get up to 5 seconds on that. So kind of cool, right? We've got this thing flying around right now. Already, Will is starting to collect coins. We've got no counter yet. We're going to have a counter. Let me go ahead and show that while we're flying around here. Let's show you what the counter UI is going to look like here. Over here in Assets, Numbers, this is what it looks like here. It's going to look super, super cool.
Oh, very nice.
I actually brought up a real picture of an LED clock and studied the way the light spreads. And this is actually meant to be shown on a dark background, not a light background, but it actually seems to work with either one. And and so I created one for each digit. So we're going to create a score that's going to count, like, for example, the number of coins that you collect. Now, the one thing that I've noticed in this is that debugging feels a little fragile. Is the way I would describe it. Debugging is a little fragile. By the way, Will, I would be interested in knowing from you, what is the latency on this between the time you send a command to the time you actually see it? You see it move. Because ideally, we want that to be incredibly short, right? That's, I think, one of the things that Twitch is still working on as well. But we'd like that to be short. But it's about 1.5 to 2 seconds. So not bad. And I actually designed this. You know, a lot of thought went into the latency issue here with regards to this. By the way, you can drop a meteor by typing in bang drop to drop a meteor down. And there you go. Pretty cool stuff, right? There's Rory who did that. Thanks, Rory.
It's fun. I love the graphics for that.
Yeah. Scratch that. It says 3 to 4 seconds, says Will Bennett. Yeah, so 1 or 2 seconds. 2 seconds I think would be good. But I basically, considering that latency, I made this so it could be like a kind of a turn-based game almost. You can position it, right? You give the rocket a burn and it comes to a resting point. That sort of thing. By the way, the planet you're on, the planet that's shown there in the bottom right is planet Earth. That's because gravity right now is reflecting planet Earth. I didn't build this in yet, but I want to make it so that we can change gravity. And I'm not sure if we can do this on the fly. The thing I was going to say is that debugging this is feels a little fragile. I've had to restart my machine, and part of the reason why it's fragile is because the thing that we're running and testing, it's actually inside of what we're streaming, right? What we're live streaming here, right? So if I grab my my OBS and I bring the window up here so you can see it, this is the overlay bot right here. And if I were to like say, don't show that, it's gone, and then turn it back on again, oh look, it refreshes. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. But I've noticed that we get into a problem where I can no longer debug over here. So we still have a lot of work to do. We have to collect and count the coins. When coins are collected, whoops, I think I shook that a little harder than I wanted to, and Windows like, let me clear your whole desktop. But when we collect coins, I want everybody in the chat room to get the coins. And anyone in the chat room who contribute to the movement of the rocket gets double. And then the coins have some kind of value, like they contribute to leveling up, and maybe they'll have other things later that you can, trade in for something, like, maybe, free stuff from Dev Express. Who knows? Do you want to say something, Rory?
Well, actually, I was just thinking about your issue with the lag and how it's sort of 2 seconds is good, but 3 to 4 is maybe not so good. But if you think back to where, like, the original lunar lander that they sent up and landed on the moon, right? There's a considerable delay between sending things commands and actually them reacting and then feeding back in any way there. So actually, it's kind of a skill set that's, okay, maybe a little outdated, but totally comparable with that scenario.
This is why you're perfect, Rory. You can take anything and turn it into a feature. He's perfect. All right, so let's do this. Let's do a launch command. Let's see if we can change this while it's running. And that involves changing two things. By the way, I have noticed that there's two things. Changing the JavaScript or the TypeScript, it gets updated essentially immediately. Okay. Yeah. By the way, I want to do a quick test of regular Mr. Announcer Bot, see if he's running. I'm just going to send a command to fixed out there. He is not running. Let's get regular Mr. Announcer Bot running.
Well, then it's no more lemonade, Rory. What does that mean?
Because you make lemonade from lemons, I think. So I think you can say you can come back with no more lemonade. That's a feature. That's awesome. All right, let's see if now. Okay, so now Mr. Announcer Bot's running. We've got Mr. Announcer Bot and we've got the overlay manager running. So I was talking about the changes to JavaScript. So by the way, we've got chat command received. By the way, Mr. Announcer Bot might be running anyway because I haven't had a breakpoint here and I forgot that I was when I did the test for fix. If I run it and we see it again, let's just see if that happens by chance. Nope. Okay. All right. So I guess we're good. All right. So where was I? I want to come in here and I want to send a new command over, which is planet Earth, I think is what I want to do. Like that, or I'll just say planet moon. I know it's not really planet, but that's what I want to do, and I want to send this over, and I want to create a new case piece right here. If it's planet, then I want to call change planet, like that, and I want to pass in the args in. Yep, thank you, perfect. Let's declare this. And where are all the other ones? They're right up in here. We'll just do it there. And
I love this kind of coding. It's like laying down the railway tracks in front of your runaway minecart.
I know. That's what I love doing too, as well. All right. And so we're going to call this change planet. We're going to do the same kind of thing here. We're going to pass in that with the args to it. And then I'm just going to run it. And nothing's going to happen, but at least I'm going to run it and we're going to get rid of that breakpoint. Then I'm going to go over into main TS, my TypeScript. By the way, one of the cool things I did is I made created coin layouts based on this kind of text string kind of layout. So this does a layout
nice, yeah.
all the way around. This covers the chat room right here. This surrounds the chat room. That's what's currently running now. If you look over here and around the chat room, all those coins. So just putting coins there. And I was also thinking we might put dangerous items as well. That if you were to hit it, it would kind of explode and all your some of your coins would fall out maybe and bounce, something like that, kind of fun.
Little risk in there.
Yeah. This one is all but me, and you can see it just kind of puts coins everywhere but over me. Kind of fun. And so these are just functions, and when I create the coins at the beginning, I just select one of those functions to pass in. So that's kind of what's going on there. So we want to go in, by the way. Sorry, did you want to say something, Rory?
No, good.
Thought I heard you. Okay. And we want to go in. Actually, it's not here, I think. It's inside of our index.html. Here's where our commands are coming in, right here. And so what we want to do is we want to say if command equals change planet, like that, then we want to go to, I've got this new class called Gravity Games, I think. Wait, why don't I see it here? I should be able to see it. Do I see my rocket from here? It looks like I don't. I wonder how, I guess I just pasted those in. I just wonder why IntelliSense wasn't working for me. I guess it doesn't matter anyway because I haven't done this yet. So we're going to say change planet. And I'm going to pass in params like that. And I don't think I need a now. I'm passing in now to a lot of other things, but I don't think I need a now. And so let's see, can I probably cannot declare that because it doesn't know what Gravity Games is. But we'll just copy that to the clipboard. We'll come over into Gravity Games, which is down here. And
there you go.
Oh,
That's beautiful. That's a perfect demonstration of that new CodeRushed feature, eh?
you know how this came about is I was pair programming with my son, who's like 9 years old, and I knew that would happen. I don't know if you heard that, but Sex Positive shouted across the room, "He's 8. You don't even know your son." I said, like 9. That's like 8 is like 9. 8 is like 9, honey. It's like 9.
Approximate math.
All right. Okay. So, but we were building this and putting this up, and after each line of code, we stuck the planet in and resized it. And it totally kept his attention, and I think it was more interesting. And so it was kind of like an educational thing, more than something I would really do for code that I need myself. But it does look kind of super cool, I think, in some ways.
It does.
If you suspend skeptical cynicism, it totally looks like that. Okay, so we've got a cycle planet, but what we really need is a change planet right here. And it's going to look something like this. And we'll call this new planet name, I guess, like that. And I do have a select planet. I kind of already have something here. If the name is right, it'll get it. Why don't I just call that instead of change planet? Let's go back over, here. Let's save this. And let's go back over here. And I think it's called select planet and pass in params. And now, let's see what we can do here. Planet. Oh, we have to start. We have to launch first.
We're going to have to. You're not going to have to refresh first because you've been altering the code inside the HTML file.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So this piece right here, I have to refresh. There's 2 ways I can do it. Hold on a second. Let me bring this up so you can see this. One of the ways I can do it is I can right-click on overlay bot here, and refresh cache of current page is excellent if you change the images. Yeah. And it should also work in this scenario anyway, I think. So I've now I think I've refreshed as well. The other way to refresh is to change to something that doesn't have the overlay bot. Almost everything does, but I've got a few of these like, what's a good one to go to here? Close mark right here, which doesn't have it. And so I can go there and then come back over to the main one. And now we've just refreshed it. So now, theoretically, I just saw Will Bennett say Planet Mars. Oh, but we got to launch first. Hold on. Let's launch.
Fair enough.
And now try Planet Mars or Planet something else. Didn't work. Wah. That makes me sad. All right, so let's set some breakpoints and figure out what's going on here. Can we set a breakpoint in here? I don't know if we can. We cannot do it here. Oh, you know what? Shoot, this is not coming. This is not coming. This is coming from the compiled stuff. This is CS HTML.
Ah, right. So we
Okay.
were running in debug, and therefore we haven't actually rebuilt it yet. So
Yeah, and now where we've kind of got into a problem here because I don't think. Let's see what we can do. Let's try it. Let's try a rebuild. I think we're going to run into problems. I had a lot of problems when I stopped it and restarted it, that sort of thing. So we'll see what happens. But I think we're gonna run into problems here. That may only be fixed with a restart. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see, is there some other way that we can solve this? What I'd really like to do is move these commands out of here completely. But I guess for now let's do an attempt at seeing if we can make this work. So I guess the first thing I'm going to try doing, which I think is going to fail, is I'm going to choose stop debugging from in here. And I think this is going to fail because I've tried it before. Part of the problem is that OBS is still running the compiled version of it. I think what I want to do is I want to change to a clean version of this, I think, that doesn't have it. So I'm going to move over here to this screen here, so at least it's not kind of being in use now. I'm going to come in here, try stop debugging on this, and I'm going to try start debugging again, is what I'm going to try to do. And then I'm going to try loading it up over and refreshing the cache and all of that, and I think it's still going to not work, is what I think. Select planet. Now I can also do, it's building, but I was thinking I could also do some sort of thing here, but I guess select planet on its own. Just select planet. Yeah, I just want to make sure I've got that totally right and there are no errors there. The other thing, can I do that? No, I can't really do that. I can't test it standalone. Yeah, so we're just going to have to hope that this works. And if this fails, I think we're going to have to work on something else because I'm really looking at a restart is what I had happened before. Yeah, so here's the problem. Then operation is not legal in the current state.
that's a strange statement.
Yeah, but I think the problem is that the current state is that OBS has still got something running in it.
Oh, I see.
And I
Yeah, so
can't,
it's got a hold of it, so to speak.
I can't
That's a little
clear it.
strange. I mean, you kind of expect that the overlay itself is just calling out to a web server and honestly doesn't know that it's a local one. So, for all it knows, it's just out on the web. As a result, it should really only get the results of any given web request. So you would hope it didn't have too much of a connection.
Yeah, but when I've tested this before, no real way around it. Let's try, I guess we can just try playing with this a little bit. We can go to here, overlay bot, choose properties, refresh cache of current page, see what happens. And now we don't even have the coins around here. So it's like we're kind of dead now is what it feels like.
So I've just done a quick Google on that particular error message, and without checking very much of anything in the results, there's a half a suggestion that you can maybe temporarily fix it by unchecking the JavaScript debugging in Chrome and IE option within Studio. I don't know how effective that will prove. This is in debugging general.
All right. Whoa, we're
Worth a
working.
go.
We are working. Hold on a second. I just noticed somebody launched the rocket, and let's see if we can change the planets. I need to go bring up that. Can we change the planets or no? Has anybody tried that yet? No, it's just planet Jupiter. Yeah, it's like that. No, it looks like we're not changing the planet. Okay, so I don't know. I think we're not. it's not going to work. Is what I'm feeling. Debugging general. So temporary fix is to disable JavaScript debugging.
Allegedly.
And I'll disable that too. All right, let's see if that works. And let's come back over, switch to a different one where we're not using it. Yeah, I think the problem is that OBS has got a grip on this thing, and there's nothing we can do once we want to make a change to the main code without shutting down OBS and maybe even. So, by the way, I'm running it. It's trying to open it up here, right here. And so that does feel like that part is working to me. Let's go try over, bring it back over here, and let's do a launch. Try one more time. We got to do a launch. Can you do a launch for me, Rory? I've got Planet Mars ready to go. And then Planet Mars not working. Wow. So I have a feeling a restart fixes this whole thing. That's kind of what I was experiencing this morning as I was playing around with it. So unfortunately, we won't be able to change planets today because I'm not able to change this code on the fly. I was totally able to, by the way. Oh, wait, I have an idea. This is a little crazy. You want to see crazy? Here's crazy.
Oh, crazy's good.
You like crazy? Watch this.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Fire left thruster. If duration equals Mars or something, I don't know. I want to say I want to do something where it's not a number, basically. Yeah. That's what I want to do. But we'll just say if duration equals Mars, then we're going to do this. Then we're going to do select Mars. I know it's dumb and stupid, but at least we'll be able to test it to see if planet selection is working, and then we're going to get out of there.
Just watching Will Bennett mine you with meteors from space.
I have no idea what that means. All right, so now if I change that now and I click away to something that's clean and then back and it refreshes, now we should be able to say fire left thrusters. That means right Mars, just like you had typed in there. So try that, Rory. See if that works.
Have you launched already now?
Yeah, it's launched. No? Why not? That doesn't make sense. Why? Duration. Fire left thruster should totally work. Duration is Mars.
Oh, hang on. That's left thruster. Sorry, I was going right.
No, fire left thruster does move right.
It's the left thruster, so yeah, okay.
Yeah. You were right. I don't know why that's not working. It was totally working for me before making these kinds of changes in here.
No. Okay. Is it not letting it through if it isn't a number? Have you got some defensive coding in there?
I have no defensive code getting to here. Fire left thruster is called directly from, I think this compiled stuff right here. It's here. So yeah, fire left thruster is called when you give it a command right. Your command... Oh yeah, okay, that all makes sense. Yeah, right 3 is working. Yeah, so that's really weird. Why is that? Why would that not work?
Any case sensitivity on planet selection?
Hold on, let me come in here one more time. Let me come into the overlay bot properties. Let's just let's do a refresh of the current page one more time. Let's try one more time. Okay, I just refreshed it. Launch it. I'm going to type in right Mars here. Nope, not working for me. Wait, hold on. I think I know what the problem is. In fact, I think I totally know what the problem is. Hold on. It's case sensitivity. Let's try that. All right, and so let me refresh it. Boom. All right, and now let's try one more time. Yeah, Venus won't work, but Mars will work. Right, Mars. And it's got to be uppercase. There. It was case sensitivity. All right, now you're on Mars, and gravity works a little bit differently on Mars. If you drop a meteor now, you'll see it drop at a different pace. So let's do this. Let's go into select planet, and let's have this thing return a Boolean. And if we find something. And so we're going to say return true here, like this. And then down here, we're going to say return false, like that. And then we're going to go in here, and then we're going to do this really crazy kind of thing that says, it's crazy, I know, but it's a workaround. If select planet duration, then return. Because we can make changes here. Now I'm going to do a refresh over here, bring up the clean one, come back over here, and now we should be able to, oh cool, you can drop with it. I didn't know you could drop while it's docked. Looks like I got a bug. So let's launch it. And let's switch to the moon. Wait, what is it? It's soon it's landing to the planet. Yeah, we might do that. Let's see here. Go to right. Jupiter worked. Good. Excellent. If you can do right. Hold on. Right. Pluto, I think. Well, I got to do an uppercase Pluto, I think, is what I got to do. Shoot. Right. So we got some UI issues here, clearly. There's Neptune. Here comes Pluto. And there's Pluto. Now drop. Before somebody changes it, drop. And there's gravity on Pluto. Right? And wow. Cool. And now you can also come in and you can, so let's do right, the sun. And now drop. And this is intense, kids. That's the sun. Right there. And I think every, what is it?
It's kind of intense, yeah.
It's, so hold on a second. Let's go bring up physics, our physics engine, which is right here. And I just want to go in here, pixels per meter, 50 pixels per meter. So from about like here to here is 1 meter. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 9 meters is from here to there. That's the drop. So that kind of gives you a sense of what gravity looks like on the sun or on Earth or whatever, wherever we are. By the way, one of the things we did before, so you can do this too. You can do, let's do this. We're on Pluto. Let's go right for like 5 seconds and do a drop midway through it and watch it kind of go back and forth like that. It's kind of fun to watch it because we've given it so much velocity this way.
Nice.
Yeah. I should watch it go by. Boom. Ah. So anyway.
So if you start on Pluto and you drop one doing that again, and then you suddenly switch to another planet, does the gravity dynamically update?
It does. So yeah, so let's do a drop. Let's do a drop right now, and then you get ready to change it to the sun, Rory. You ready?
Yeah.
I'll drop one too, and then... oh, sun needs to be uppercase. Let's start a drop again. Hold on.
Sorry.
Hold on. I'm going to drop a bunch of these. Let's actually do this. Let's move it right for like 3 seconds. Give it some momentum, and then I'm going to drop. Oh, we didn't. You got to wait for them to drop. You got to wait till they're midway through. Did you see it?
But they did accelerate the moment that switched over. Yeah.
Oh, you did see it? Okay, yeah. So they do. They do that. If you can change it dynamically, and they will change. So, so we've got the basic foundational engine for something to play with at the at the game. By the way, okay, Janiscu 7 right moon. It's case sensitive right now. Let's fix the case sensitive part so we don't have to do that anymore.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That's over in Gravity Games. I don't know how to do that, so we're gonna have to look that up.
Oh, okay.
Case-sensitive comparison JavaScript. You're probably going to get it
JavaScript
faster?
seems to have a to lowercase method.
Okay,
Just
cool.
Take the string and dot to lowercase.
All right.
Camel case specification, but yeah.
Okay, we can do that. And I can do that. It's not the most efficient code, but we've only got a few planets we're running through. All right, so now that
Not like the fate of the solar system depends on our runtime speed, right?
They said that in Star Wars, and they were wrong. They were wrong. They needed that. Okay, all right, so let's try it again. So I've refreshed. Let's do a launch like that. And I'm going to just say right 5 and right Pluto. Whatever, yeah. And we can drop. All right, I'm going to do a bunch of drops I'm going to do left for 5 seconds and do a whole bunch of drops. Boom, 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 boom. Now Rory switch. Gravity. There you go. Kind of fun. I guess my work is done. We can close down the show,
That's
Rory.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to fix that right because I think...
this is productivity.
Yeah.
None of your day job stuff. This is what you need.
Will Bennett just said, that's no moon.
Wrong.
That's a space station. Yeah, kind of fun. The other thing I want to do too, I was thinking would be kind of fun if lag wasn't such an issue and you had better control of this. I was thinking, I could make a little like a little finger pointer coming down from lower down, and you could point to things in the code with this, right? Or just take the pointer, whatever you wanted to do, and point to me if you wanted to, or do some kind of silly thing.
You're going to need some interesting commands to be doing that.
Yeah. Will Bennett says 2 wrong should be a right. I don't know.
Yes, he's issued wrong, moon.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave that for maybe a pull request, I suppose we could do. So changing the planet, something we're gonna have to. I feel now, based on everything I know, I know that a restart is going to fix this. I don't know anything else that is going to fix this. I believe also shutting down OBS, which kills the stream, and restarting it will get this code to work. But right now we've got this. We've got the workaround. And there we go. We've docked. And the other thing I love about this is that we've got the branding, right? So we've got the branding going on there, which is good for DevExpress, good for CodeRushed, and it's fun, and we can play with it. And we're going to have, I think, some stuff for the kids. Oh, something else I want to do? I want to change the color of the meteors on a drop. Is what I want to do.
Okay.
Let's see if we can play with that at least while we're here. So that's let's see. That is in. I think it's probably in Rocket, if I recall correctly. I think it's here. Let's go find drop meteor. I think it is. There it is, right there. So there's drop meteor. Now we are working with red meteors here, and we're creating a new sprite proxy, getting it from here. There's the meteor. The new meteor. I want to see, is the color of the meteor. The color of the meteor is determined by this, what we add it to here. So what I want to do is I want to get a random kind of thing here. So I want to say if, and what is it? Is it math.random? Pseudonumber between 0 and 1. Okay, that times 3 is less than 1. Then I want to say, let's come up here and say var meteors is equal to, I guess I'll say null for now. And then down here I want to say meteors is equal to my red meteors. And then
Sure.
I want to do an else. If I guess I could just do the same thing again. If this is the case, then it's my blue meteors. Or I guess maybe it would be better to just say var random.
Yeah, because otherwise you're going to shoot through all the colors, and each time there's a statistical chance that you'll get none.
No, I was gonna then force it to, if I didn't make those 2, because I've got 3
fair enough.
choices. But I don't know. I just don't like all of this. Whoops. I just don't like all of this copied. It's not making me happy. So we say random number. By the way, CodeRushed template, if you've got CodeRushed and just downloaded the latest, you can type in T for type, N for number, and it's going to not only type in number, but it's going to give you this piece right here if you're in TypeScript.
See, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's cool and new, and in the new version of CodeRushed. All right. On my version, though, I'm missing some functionality. The devs are something wrong in my build we're looking at. So I don't have everything working here, but I do have templates here. So if random number is less than 1, then we're going to do that. Otherwise, if it's less than 2, then we're going to do this. And then I'm going to say else meteors is equal to purple meteors.
Okay.
Like that. And
get distinct colors of meteors.
Yeah, and they should be
of course,
randomly.
Now that's the thing we'd have to add them, or to put. Sorry, that dot sprites dot push. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, here and here is what's happening right here. Is what we need to do. Okay.
Okay.
New sprite proxy. So just to let's save it. Hold on, let's refresh. Now I've refreshed. Now it should work. Try drop right now. No, it's red. Try again. I'm not seeing anything happen now.
I've been stopped from dropping. I've been dropping too much.
What? Oh, because it's a limit? They're all red, right? I've looked away.
Identical to a previous one you sent less than 30 seconds ago.
Try one more time. Why is that failing? Why is that failing? Oh, there we go. Now it's working. I guess I just didn't refresh, maybe?
Maybe, but there's definitely a difference there now.
Oh, hold on though, but our explosions are wrong. Hold on. We got to fix our explosions.
We have different color explosions too?
We do.
Classy.
Let's figure that out. So that's in, I think is it in Sprite Proxy? Bounce. Sprite Proxy can bounce things, but I think return hit bottom wall. And then bounce is called, I think up in here. If I'm recalling correctly, there's the bounce, but where's the explosions? Red explosions draw. So let's see what's going on with red explosions here. Let's do a search throughout my solution. Is it simply, can we drop? I want to see what a purple one does. Purple one does the explosion. So the red explosion is being added to. Add explosion. Here's the deal. So add explosion comes in. We're passing in X. Where's add explosion coming from? Let's see that. That's coming from sprites. Okay, there's the bounce, hit floor. If hit floor, then we're going to do an add explosion. What we need to do is know which meteor piece that thing is associated with. This is in sprite, so we're going to say, let's pass in this to add explosion maybe. And add explosion is going to now take in the meteors, I think. And then I'm going to say if meteors is equal to red meteors, whoops, not red explosions, red meteors, like that, then we're going to say red explosions dot add. Okay?
Fair enough, yeah.
I think.
And likewise for each of the others.
Yes. And I think that's going to do it. It's not the most elegant of code.
So that's the adding to the correct list on the basis of the meteors coming in. Obviously, we're going to change the call to add explosion to pass the correct meteors into that.
I just did, I think. Pretty
you did?
sure. Oh, look,
Okay.
I don't have a blue explosions or purple explosions yet. Let's get those. All right, so let's find...
And partway through each of those, you've got a reference to the width, although I argue they're probably the same for all three.
I agree, but let's just in case, let's fix that. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go find... Here's where we build red explosions. Let's build blue explosions like that. And this is now blue. And
Gotta love that duplicate
good.
line.
And now let's get to purple, like that. I wish it had been smart enough to find that purple and connect it. It could be an option that I have. And there it is. Okay,
Maybe.
so there's our purple explosions. Now I've saved it.
So now, at the moment of drawing the red explosions, were you drawing? I don't know if I saw a line drawing the other two. In fact, I'm not sure you could have if you hadn't got them declared yet.
No explosions. What? Let's see what's going on here. Am I getting the assets right? I'm sorry, Rory, I did not.
I'm saying that since you've only just declared the sets of blue explosions and purple explosions, you cannot be drawing them. So where you've got a draw for red explosions, you don't have a corresponding for blue and purple.
Yeah. This is me. Rory, it's not working. I don't understand why I'm not listening to you. This is you. Mark, it's not working. Here's why it's not working. You're absolutely right. That's where I need it. I need it there. We're really close. And I need it there. Right there. Okay? All right, so let's save. Let's switch out.
Does that mean that previously, before you did this, you were getting a third of the explosion to meteor ratio?
Yeah, probably. See what we got. I think that's working. I feel like that's working.
Blue, purple, red. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Let's see. Let me try it. Okay, red. Yeah, it works. Nice. Nice. I like it.
Hey, what's with Will Bennett getting limitless drops there? I got limited after 30 seconds.
Oh, you know why, Rory? Hold on. Let me fix you on this. I'm going to make you... You're a mod user now, buddy. I've just promoted you, I
Cool.
think.
I have the superpowers.
Yeah, drop away.
Cool. It's fun. You know, when I go home and I tell my wife what we've been doing, she doesn't believe me.
Hey, come on. I'm trying to do a show here, kids.
This is good.
I want to have a button or a command that puts a shield around me,
Oh, you totally need a shield.
right? That just
And
like,
you're going to have the things bounce off it as well.
yeah. By the way,
off to the
Rory,
side.
you might want to do a clip of this or mark this to do a clip. I
yeah.
think this is kind of fun right now. Okay. What next? What's our time? 10:41. I feel like we're making a fair amount of progress. Yeah, it's gorgeous. They're like, so we have to do this. We have to keep score, which I think we could do right now. We've got like 19 minutes. We could at least make an effort to try to keep score, which I kind of want to do. We also need this idea, and I created the Gravity Games class so that we could have different mini games, right? We've got a lot of the work there to do the mini games is essentially been in play, right? We have the ability to lay out coins anywhere we want. And it wouldn't be hard to change this to also put like bad guys inside of here, right? Like
True.
mines or whatever we want to put in there, right? We could do that kind of thing and lay out these little mini games and randomly pick one and cycle through. So the coins wouldn't start at the beginning. Instead, what would happen is at the beginning, the coins wouldn't be here and you'd just see us docked right here. And you wouldn't be, I'm going to fix that so you won't be able to launch bombs. So enjoy that now while you're at it. The other thing I thought would be kind of fun too is to, instead of dropping these meteors, you could drop like little seed packets. And when the seed would hit, like something would grow right there, like a random kind of flower. So if you wanted to do something completely, non-destructive, you
So
could do that as well.
Suddenly we're terraforming, right? And we just grow some flowers all over the place.
Right, exactly. And I was thinking, oh, that would kind of look very cool as well. And I love this idea, right, where the stream just kind of takes on a life of its own, right?
Yeah.
You just kind of do what you want to do out there, and it takes on a life of its own. So tomorrow's stream we'll get it. So planet's changing there, and I think we'll work on kind of getting the mini games. We'll kind of give that some thought. For now, let's try to. I think we tried to get the score. What is it? If it hits Mark's head, then it plants a seed. Is it? Yeah, that's kind of a potential thing we could do there. Yeah. The thing I kind of want to do. The other thing I was thinking that would be really fun. I said this before, but you could drop those glasses. The fake nose and glasses and mustache, right? Yeah. And it would drop as something animated down onto me, and then there'd be this huge cloud of smoke that would obscure me, and then I would, the magic behind the scene, I would reach down and put them on, and then, be like, hey, what are you doing, guys? Don't do that, right? And it's just kind of this fun, playful way of interacting that is, it's for me, I totally love. I'm excited by it.
Yeah.
So
Good.
let's see if we can figure out score on this. So I'm going to put that in Gravity Games, I think. And I'm going to come in here and let's create a score. Again, I can type in TN right here, and it's going to give me all of that T number, and I'll say it's equal to 0.
So score is going to be for the number of coins collected. Is that right?
Yeah, and you know what I think? I think I want to create a new class called Game. That's what I think I want to do. And I think I'm going to put it here because I don't think I can create a new TS file and get it all to work. I've got to put that code here, is what I think.
So we're going to code in this particular fashion just because we don't have to restart everything. We're going to refactor it into a better place later.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. So the game is going to have a score. I think it might have a start time.
Mm-hmm.
So we can track how long the game has been going. Equals DTN is a CodeRushed template to give me a new date. DTN is date time now is what that, and it's from C#. Origins are in C#. Let's declare that property. And so at the very least, we've got a game right there. And I think the game is going to have a function called draw. That way the game can draw its score, right? and it's going to take a context coming in, and let's go. And I think Gravity Games is going to have an active game, is what I think it's going to have.
So when you say game, do you mean game, or do you maybe thinking scoreboard?
No, I mean kind of something.
It's not the visual representation; it's just the active game state.
I think it's going to represent the score. It's going to represent the time the game started. It's going to maybe also hold on to the people. Well, I don't know. It's not. It's going to need to do that. Hold on to the people that are commanding it. You know, so that we know who's in control and who gets the extra points. That sort of thing, right? So you know.
So the right kind of event happens and the game starts. We then capture a list of the people who are contributing to the game, and then when the game ends, we look at the score and we figure out who gets allocated, portions of the score back to some serialized location, such that we can then distribute more rights to do things within the chat room and so forth.
Yeah, exactly. Like level you up, for example, or something like that. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. We've got a score, we've got a start time. At the very least, let's do this. And let's come in here. We're going to say active game is equal to new game. This is public by default. And so now what I can do is when I collect a coin, which let's see, where's collect? Not in Sprite Proxy. I think it's in Sprites. Do I have collect here? Collect. And it returns num collected. Cool. And so I think that's in main. And so let's see. Let's go find collect over here. Coins.collect. Okay, that's the number collected. So let's do this. Var coins collected equals like that. And if the coins collected is greater than 0, then let's do that. And let's say Gravity Games. Rory, you're paying attention. That's not you doing all this, is it? Rory!
I'm totally paying attention.
Seriously! You have a job to do, mister.
There's an addiction to picking up those coins, man.
All right, fine. You picked up the coins. All right.
I blame Will.
So active games.score. Well, that looks like oh yeah, you launched while the sun was there. Yeah, the gravity is fierce, guys. And let's see, score plus equals coins collected, like that. And then I think I want to do a games.draw. And it's going to, I'm just looking at the Z order here. And
well, if you are going to draw a score, then I presumably want the Z order to have the game draw itself after everything else, so it's on top, right?
You know what? Let's do this. I'm going to put it inside gravitygames.draw is what I'm going to do. I don't think I want actually to be on top necessarily. What I was thinking. There's the planet right there. The planet is behind the game. Well, actually, coins should be above the coins. Yeah, I think it should be behind the coins. I'm putting it behind the game. So we're going to come in here and say draw. Pass in context. Like that. Let's grab that and go into draw as well, because I don't think I specified that. I'm just trying to clean this up. There's my draw. Now here's where I want to draw the score. And normally I would, if we were just debugging this standalone, I would, actually we can debug this standalone now that I think about it. We totally can. But let's go get our numbers and load them up. I've got numbers here, blue 0 through 11 and 10. So 0 through 9 are the digits right there.
Yep.
And 10 is a period and 11 is a comma. And so those are meant to overlay on top of a digit. Okay? So we know our score. And so let's see. I just got to check the timer. We've got about 10 minutes till we are officially supposed to stop. Hold on. All right. So I want to open these up. I want to use the sprites class. We used the sprites class over here in main. We used it for the meteors so that we can have a whole bunch on screen. We're using it for the coins. Anytime I want to get a whole bunch of an object on screen, I want to use the sprites class. So what I want to do...
the sprites class is effectively a series of images, shall we say, frames of animation almost. And so in many cases you want to get all of those frames rolling past pretty quickly to show you animation. But in this case, you're going to have a series of states, and you can pick the individual state you want in order to display the digit that you want.
Yeah, exactly. So I need to be in the numbers folder, and I'm going to grab blue. So that is my my numbers. So that's going to just, and I'm going to go in and say, instead of 179 frames, I'm going to say we've got 12 frames, like that. Got 12 frames. The animation style is going to be static. We're not going to move these at all. And this is the frame interval, which doesn't matter when it's static. So those are my digits. And then in my draw, let's try this. Let's say digits dot, I need to add some numbers is what I need to do. So I'm going to say digits dot, do I have a clear? What do I have inside the sprites? Let me go look in this. I have the sprites. So I think it's going to be digits.sprites.clear. Any IntelliSense? Anything? Does it give me a push on that? What's going on here? Why does it not see you here? What's your problem? Can it find name?
Oh, this dot digits. Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Death
All
by
right.
1,000 thises.
Yeah. And let's see. Do we have clear now? It's an array. I want to kill everything. Do I have to do splice to remove everything? I guess I do. There's not a clear, apparently. You want to check that for me? JavaScript array clear. It really is. It looks like it really is a splice call. Huh. 0 and then the number that are in there.
Apparently you can just set it to a couple of angle brackets. Sorry, a couple of square brackets.
That's right. Okay,
which,
great.
makes sense.
Okay, cool. Excellent. And I noticed Will Bennett said this out there in the chat room. Thanks for that. You probably said it before Rory.
He took a break from his meteor dropping. That's good.
Yeah. And the reason why I think Will Bennett said it before Rory is because...
Will Bennett
He's
rocks.
good.
Yeah, Will Bennett rocks, and he's good. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got, so I'm going to clear out the sprites. Then I want to add the sprites based on the numbers and put them in the right spots. I want to put the numbers right about here. So I've got my rightmost digit right about there lined up. So let's just do this. Let's get the number 0 on there. Let's say sprites.push. Whoops. And we're going to say new, and I think it's sprite proxy right there. And the starting frame number, that's going to be 0, meaning that we're going to show the number 0. The X position is going to be, I don't know, I'm going to say like 1,000. And the Y is 0, like that. So that's my new sprite proxy. And that's going to give me the digit 0. And now I think I can come in here and say draw and context. And darn it, it needs a now. So by the way, I changed this over to performance now after
Okay.
I was seriously persuaded by folks in the chat room to do that.
Lots of gentle encouragement.
Yeah, by the way, this should happen whenever the score changes. So what I really want to do is I want to come in here and I want to do this. Let's kill score here. And I want to use PN, property of type number, call it score. So now I've got my property. So whenever the property changes, I'm going to do something like this. If this score is not equal to new value, then we want to do some code here. And we want to do that. And I want to do this.
I just got to call this out, Mark. The fact that you used what is for me a very, very familiar CodeRushed template. Of course, I do C# VB, that kind of server and stuff. And don't do a lot of JavaScript, but the fact that you can just translate that skill set here, type PN for property of type number, and then get the syntax. That's great. That's a fantastic learning tool right there.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's very cool. So just to see, so you got the translation on that. Actually, I don't want to go into too much, but N is for number. We've seen that. S is for string. B is for Boolean. Yep. And so you can use those, combine them with the letter S, and you can get properties of those 3 different types and more if you go in and take a look at what the settings are inside CodeRushed. I'll do probably a live session where I'll talk more about JavaScript templates, but not
That'd
today.
be cool.
Not today. Okay, so now when score changes, we should be coming in here. We've written a lot of code without testing this at all, but at the very least, we should see if the score changes, we collect a coin, we should see, in fact, let's do this at the beginning, and let's do something else here where when the score changes, we'll just make it go to a 1 for now. And so let me refresh. Let's see if we're still working, if I've broken any code. Let's launch. Hey, Brendan is here. Welcome, Brendan. Check out what you helped us do. Let's launch it. Oh, interesting. We're sequencing through for reasons I don't understand. Why are we sequencing through?
Well, we've got the structure, that is to say the enumeration in place for the different types of animation, but maybe we're not reacting to them with different behaviors, so maybe it's just going to cycle through anyway.
So static should totally, my understanding is that static should not cycle through it at all. Maybe my problem is here. Let's see if that fixes it at all. Let me change that, come back over, bring it back up one more time. Let's launch again. Yeah, Brendan says, nice. Seeing this, Mark will understand why I was building myself an overlay also. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, we're still cycling through. I don't get that. Let's go look at sprites.
Strange.
Why are we cycling through? Draw. If this moves, update positions. Okay, that's for gravity. Advanced frames now. Let's look at advanced frames. Here it is. Now, if sprites at length is 0, milliseconds passed.
If sequential.
If the style is sequential and the frame rate, then we're doing advanced
But
in the
the
frame
advanced
momentum.
frame happens anyway.
Yeah, we need to basically say if animation style and exit out is what we need to do. So we'll say or, that's a CodeRushed template too right there, or like that. This animation style equals static, then we're gone. Let's now refresh. Saved it, refreshed, and launch. Okay, good. And now as soon as we collect a coin, let's move right over there and see if we can collect a coin. Apparently not, because Brendan moved us up. And Will is dropping us down. Hold on. Let's go see if we can get it closer and get a coin here and see if that goes to a
games
1.
playing is just great.
I kind of like it still. Stop it, Brendan. All right, down 5. Here we go. Unless he can stop me. There, it goes to 1. We did it. That's awesome.
Nice.
All right, so I want to make a black background behind that. Why is that a white background? It's like it's not a PNG. Oh, is that going to... Because that's going really white behind there. What's going on? Let me open this up. Oh, you know what?
It actually is white, not transparent.
It's not transparent. That's not good. Looks like I need to save those all out again. Looks like I failed to do that. So, all right. So we're on the way. I've got 11 o'clock. How would you like to go home on time, Rory?
Wow. Well, considering all the awesome achieved today, I think, not a bad idea.
Yeah, and
but,
we have
there's something we have to do first, right?
We have a strict limit on awesome, and we've hit our limit. It's right there. That's our limit of awesome. We have to do it. All right. So, what time is it? Is what Rory is saying. I'm just gonna hit that manually.
You know what time it is?
I wonder if is that the right one.
Maybe not.
I've got Mr. Announcer Bot running. I don't know why it didn't work. Maybe that's not the right one. Here we go. It's time for another
Code Rush giveaway.
Early Code Rush giveaway. And today's winner is
Heap Cleaner.
Heap Cleaner. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I will send you out a DM on Twitch forthwith, and you'll get instructions for how to download. Rory, thanks so much for being with us.
My pleasure, my friend.
Everybody in the chat room, Genescu7, Brendan, Will Bennett, thanks everybody for stopping by and saying hi. Tomorrow we're going to allow you to change planets way more easily, and we'll get that scoring going. We'll have games, little mini games that we'll be able to start and get some logic in there. So pretty exciting. Looking forward to it tomorrow. See you then.